to 1:30. Okay, so during the day there are going to be different periods: English, math, science, Arabic, and French. Okay, and there's going to be a break. Okay, the actual schedule or the detailed schedule will be shared with you next week, once on the first day of school. As for the groups, so what will happen is that by tomorrow morning you'll be receiving an email from the school indicating what group your child is in, whether it is the red group or the blue group. And whether you are red or blue, it will be clear on your calendar what are the days that you have to come to school. So once you receive this email, you can simply log in, okay, using your username and password. And for new parents, I know KG1, they have new parents, we will be sharing with you, okay, on your email tomorrow or after tomorrow, your username and the credentials, so you can check what group and what days during the week your child is coming to school. So just to re-emphasize, so the learning of KG happens in the school, and what's the distance learning is only a reinforcement class which is happening in the afternoon for those who were at home. So this is simply the blended learning model. The model that the Mawakib school opted is a very flexible model. So I know some of you are maybe not comfortable now sending their kids to school, although they opted for a blended learning, not distance learning, because I know KHTA have shared with all of you an email saying, what do you prefer? So for in Mawakib, whether you choose, if you choose blended learning, you have the flexibility to send an email saying, dear Mawakib, to send an email to bparents@almawakib.sch.ae. We will be sharing a brief of this webinar with you as a circular tomorrow, okay? So you can send an email to the school saying, I'm not comfortable, I don't want to send my kid to school for the first week, 2 weeks, 1 month, either due to a medical issue or because I have some concerns. We will be totally understanding for that. And what will happen is that the child of your child play class will be reserved okay. You don't have to worry about it. When you're comfortable or when you see blue or red divisions, okay? So I'm gonna go through over some of the health and safety measures to minimize the exposure and to maximize distancing between kids, okay? We will be sharing with you, because I know sometimes it's a bit, sorry, excuse me. I know sometimes maybe some of you will forget when will they have to send their kids or not. During the first week, we'll be sharing with you some indicator that you can iron on your uniform. Okay, I'm coming to the uniform shortly. That will show either you are the red group or member, and easier for us to spot if there is any student who's outside that group who is present by mistake in class. At the school gates, we will have a color code that will show parents who are coming whether it's a blue day or a red day. So this is only an additional alert, alarm for you. So there is a 1.5 meter distance at all time between students in the school. On their tables, we will be labeling the names of the students. So if on the same chair we have 2 children who will be sitting on 2 consecutive days, so they will have their both names, okay? There's going to be a lot of sanitization, and we are going to be having a lot of work which is happening to make sure that everything is sanitized and disinfected. This is going to be happening during the day. It's going to be happening also in the afternoon. In addition to that, during 1 month, in every month, we are having once a month deep cleaning, spraying for the whole school with a certain chemical that will ensure a 1 month safety, and it kills germs and kills bacteria and viruses. So this is an additional safety precaution, okay? Uh, Students belonging in the KG will be labeled, so they will not be sharing, all right? And we really encourage you to send with your kids their own stationery, okay? We will be providing, but it is better to send your own stationery, so we will, and you label it to make sure that this is something that only your kid will make use. Teachers will be wearing masks all day, and also face shields, okay? Even when they are explaining, maybe when they are explaining only and they are at a certain distance from the kids, they will be just only removing the mask, but the face shield will be on all the time. Students' lunchbox should be portable. It is good. We will be providing sanitizing material in the hallways of the KG, okay? But it is better if you already have trained your kids to sanitize their hands, and you feel free to send a sanitizing material with them, whether wet wipes or any sanitizing liquid. Okay. Parents' access to school will be limited only to one parent. Okay. To make sure that you are walking your kid into the school, into the section, but not into the class. We will not be allowing parents to go into the class. Parents cannot gather in the school nor on outside the school in gathering, because we really need to minimize. Definitely we count on your understanding and on your support, okay? We're not going to be having any assemblies or field trips now. For now, this is prohibited. Although we're going to be, this doesn't mean that the classes will be dry. We're going to be having activities, but the activities will ensure that these are safe activities and activities where the kids are not really engaging physically with each other. We'll be having floor marking throughout the whole school to make sure that the kids are, at a certain distance from each other. We're going to be having some route signs to make sure that kids are working on opposite sides of hallways in 2 different directions. Bathroom visits will be regulated at all time in order to make sure that we don't have crowds in the bathroom. So teachers are well trained to make sure to keep a note on that, and nannies also are trained to make sure that kids are not crowded, and there is going to be a certain protocol how to send kids to the bathroom. Also, when you drop your child, to child is also picking the child up is also an option to have to go in. Also, one parent will go into the class to make sure that they are collecting their child. Okay, but not into the class, into the section. At the end, before I continue, Ms. Shireen is here with me and she's collecting your questions. Okay, I'll be re-emphasizing some of your questions as much as possible. And in case you still have questions, feel free to email the head of section, Mrs. Grace. Okay, we will be sharing her email with you, or B parent. Okay, the email of B parent for further clarifications. Anyways, what I will do is that if I see that there is a common question, I will go back and re-emphasize it. As for the school for the mask, your kids, they are under 6 for sure. This is the KG. They are not supposed to wear mask, and this is as per KHDA guidelines. However, if you decide, if you want your child to wear a mask, you need to email us saying that this is something that I prefer, and we will see if this is something that we are allowed to. Okay, because the guidelines as per KHDA saying that kids under 6 they cannot wear masks. The breaks with kids will not go outside during breaks. Kids will stay in class. The breaks and the eating time will be in class, monitored by teachers. Okay, so we're not allow kids to mingle between different groups. Which brings me now to the uniform. Okay, as for books and uniform, what we did is that we will be sending an email, okay, to you on the 27th of August in 3 days. This year, we're going to be sending the uniform to you through courier, okay? So we'll be sending an email. In the email, It will have the name of your children, in this case, your child in KG. If you have more than one kid in different grades, it will have the names of all your children, and it will have their sizes from previous year, the sizes that you received. And also it will have instructions how to measure this child, your child size. Okay, if your child is new and you need to decide what is the size of your child, it has this instruction. So what you do is that once you receive this email, you are required to reply to this email with the sizes of your child. Then we will be collecting all of this and on our database, and we'll be sending the uniform to you. The uniform will be expected to reach everyone by September 15. You need to, yeah, I know that you are understanding, maybe there's a bit of delay, but there's a lot of parents who registered recently with us. They, a lot of parents, they just registered, okay? And this sometimes it requires some time to deliver to everyone, okay? So, as for the books, the books, in order to minimize giving out, the material being used by different kids, or maybe to minimize the teacher giving, for example, collecting the books every day and correcting them and giving it back. What we did is that we will split these books into units and into handouts, and those handouts will be given in the class. So whatever your child needs to be working on, it will be given during the class. So you don't have to worry about that. And as for the bus, okay, I'm coming to this, okay. The bus will be, first of all, the bus capacity is shrunk to 50%, okay, as per the guidelines of PHDA. The temperature of the kids will be taken before they enter the bus, okay, and every day, okay, and before they also enter the bus at the end of the day, okay. And coming to that, also I want to emphasize that every single person who's entering the school has to have his temperature checked. And any child or any parent whose temperature is above 37.5 will not be allowed entry to school. Okay, so we want your support that in the mornings, before you send your children to school, or as you are getting them ready, please make sure to take their temperature and make sure that their temperature is under 37.5. If they are above 37.5, please don't send them, because they will not be allowed to school. And please, we need to be very conscientious about that. And I know this is everyone's responsibility. Don't give your children, some temperature medications to drop their temperature, and send them to school if they are showing symptoms. Okay, God forbid, we don't want anyone to be hurt. We don't want anyone to be really a cause for an infection or whatsoever. Okay. There are some questions on sanitization. Sanitization will be done across whole school. Also, bathrooms will be sanitized. For whoever asks, bathrooms will be sanitized on regular basis during the day. Okay. So transportation, the buses also will be sanitized before they come to pick up your kids, and during the day after your kids go down and they are in class, and also after they come at the end of the day. During the day, if any child shows symptoms or he gets sick, we have an isolation room and we have a person who is there. What will happen is that we will isolate this child, but definitely in KG you will be very careful. We don't want to cause any trauma for this kid. The child will be isolated in this room. He will be monitored by a person, and you'll be called to come and pick him up. Okay. The same thing, if any staff member shows any symptoms or high temperature, also the staff member will be isolated, and then he will be asked to leave. No one is allowed to come back if he's showing any symptoms, unless we have a clarity from a medical agent or a hospital, or a medical reference saying that he's fine, and we don't have any any, God forbid, a major or an infection, or he has a virus. Okay. All the frequently touched surfaces like the doorknobs and stairways, everything where the kids will be touching, it will be sanitized during the day. Okay. All books that are borrowed and we see that they might be exchanged between the kids or the teacher will be disinfected. As I said, hand sanitizers will be between K to 4 in the KG section and in the elementary section as well. Okay. We will have segregated bins to make sure that the gloves and the masks are dropped there. Make sure to send in the KG you don't need to send masks, as I said earlier. Okay, but for the other grades, yes, they do. Okay. I know some of you are requesting for your child to be with their friends, mainly in KG2. I assume this is the request. We are trying our best to entertain requests that has to do with health and safety, okay? And dividing the kids in a way that it is suitable and it is suitable for the school and for you, for sure. If we can entertain your request and this does not intersect with our planning that are guided by health and safety, definitely we want the kids to be with their friends and we want them to be happy. Anyways, your request can be emailed to the head of section and the head of section will be looking into it. I received a question about will the DL sessions be recorded? Yes, all the DL sessions will be recorded and will be on our Learn Online platform. Okay, so you can refer back to them anytime you want or anytime you see that, even if you cannot do it in the afternoon, you can always go back and refer to them. Also, we have some more questions about what happened if, for example, let's say there is a case which is a positive case that gets confirmed. Okay, as per the guidelines of KHD, if there is a positive case and it is confirmed, all those who were around this case needs to stay for a certain number of days. Okay, before they were 14 days, nowadays they are changing, going back to maybe 4 days. We will update you. Okay, and then we will be requiring some medical tests from you or no symptoms. Pretty much in a nutshell, this is everything. Thank you for really your patience and your understanding. We really thank you, and we thank you for your support. Okay, Ms. Alisar is with me. She is the Chief Academic Officer of AMC. She would like to address you. We will be sending a couple of circulars. First of all, tomorrow we will be sending the circular of the groups, and also we'll be sending a circular that summarizes the whole procedure. And feel free to ask us if you have further questions. Ms. Alisar, please. You can.
Good afternoon. I don't have the authority to start video, but I just wanted to come in and wish everyone a positive year. We have had a rough 6 months, and so have the kids. So it is with that understanding that we're starting this year. We want to crown it with love and care and understanding and patience, and we hope the same from all of you. We wish you all the best. We hope that you retain the same positivity that we will urge your kids to retain. You are in safe hands. You have wonderful leadership in the schools. I am confident with these amazing teams, with Mr. Musa and his team. And I know that no matter what, the Mawaqib spirit will always prevail and we will always have a positive year. I thank you all. There's over 250 of you who attended today, so this is wonderful. And I'm sure after this webinar, if you still have any questions, you can now revert to your heads of section, and I'm sure they will be at your service. Thank you all very much. Mr. Musa, thank you. This is the first time. You did a wonderful job, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Ms. Alisar. Thank you, everyone. I wish all of you a great year ahead, safe, and trust me, what we will do is what we do for all our kids. Your kids are our kids, And as Ms. Alisar said, we will make sure that they stay safe, healthy, and happy all the time. We will share the head of section email with you if you have further questions. Thank you very much, and have a lovely afternoon. Thank you very much.